The emperor, the conqueror, the lion is here. Hey! Zobu, zobu, eyimba, eyi. Igbo kwenu, kwezwenu. When you hear me scream and shout Igbo Queen, guys, you should know we are driving to the land of the Igbos in Nigeria. So, welcome to Nigeria. Today, we are in Nigeria. We've been traveling all over the world, and I know my fellow Nigerian brothers and sisters will be doubting and wondering why this Cameroonian lady has left Cameroon and hasn't stopped by Nigeria yet. So, yeah, today we are in Nigeria and we are going to be cooking the Oha soup and the Bitterleaf soup. We are doing two soups. That's to tell you how special you are, my fellow Nigerians. So, yes, let's get started. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Twist. Today, we are twisting two Nigerian soups. Right, guys. So, I'm going to start by prepping my Oha leaves. You can see my leaves are not very, very fresh, but yeah, we make do with what we have. We are not at home, so what we can get, what we can place our hands on, we're going to do that with. Okay, so I'm just fixing my leaves. I'm picking my leaves just the way my Nigerian friend showed me. Now, I'm not a Nigerian. I am a Cameroonian, but I learned how to cook this oha soup from my Nigerian friend, native of the Igbo land. Right. So yes. So this is how she picks the leaves. She picks the heads and any dead leaves around or damaged leaves. She picks them and she doesn't use a knife. So we do not use a knife. So she gave me two reasons. First, picking the heads because the heads taste a little bit bitter in the soup, and she doesn't like using the knife to slice the leaves because the end result looks a little bit dark, and she doesn't want to have her soup look dark. So she prefers to, just use her hands to cut the leaves into small pieces. So I'm following the steps that she showed me, but I do not mind having any corrections in the comment section. I'm here to learn as well, and others will be learning too. So if you have any proposals, any ideas, any suggestions, please do not hesitate to drop it in the comment section. I'll be very grateful to upgrade my Oha soup, right? So, but in the meantime, I'll be doing what my friend showed me, right? So, yes. So after fixing my oha leaves, I went ahead to boil my cocoyams. I washed it off camera and put it to boil with the peel, all right? So once that is boiling, you can see my cocoyams are boiling really well. You have to boil them until tender. At this stage, my cocoyams are ready. I'm just going to peel them and blend them. I'm using my manual food processor, but you can use a mortar if you're doing it traditionally, or yeah, in the village you definitely use a mortar to do that. So yeah, all right. So I'm done peeling my cocoyams. I'm just gonna go ahead and crush it or grind it. You just need to grind it very well until smooth. Once that is done, we're going to set that aside and go on to our obstacles or our proteins, as you may call it. Mind you, Nigerians love obstacles. They love the ori shiri shiri. So I'm just going to add some onions and some salt to my goat meat. I have some goat meat here with some pepper. Nigerians love pepper and obstacles. So I just add it there, let it boil in its own juice for a while, give it a good stir, and then I'll go in with a bit of water, right, and allow it to boil. So it's been boiling in its own juice, and now I'm adding in some water because I'll be needing some stock. So we're gonna let it boil very nicely until tender. Then I'm adding in my stockfish head. So after that, I'm gonna add in my beef. Here we have some beef. I'm adding in my beef so everything can cook together. So while those are cooking, I'm just going to go ahead and stir fry my shaki and omo in some pepper and onions. This is to uplift the taste of the shaki and the pomo. Now, pomo is cow skin and shaki is cow tribes. So we're just going to stir fry those and set them aside as well. These were pre-boiled already, so I didn't show you where I boiled them, but I did boil them already. So we're just going to do that. I'm adding in my shaki right now, and I'm just going to stir fry nicely, add some salt, and then set it aside. Now we're going to be using this for two soups. So we are going to literally have one base, and that base is going to give us two soups. Okay, guys. Right. Now we are going to quickly wash Uziza leaves, slice them and set them aside. So for the Uziza leaves, it's fine, very fine to use your knife. All right. So we're going to be using the Uziza leaf in the Oha soup. Now it's about time to start cooking our soups. So we're going to put some stock in the pot. Now we did not have too much stock, but remember we are going to be cooking two soups. So I am adding in some water in part of the stock because my stock wasn't much. So I'm going to split my stock in two. So we are going to be using the palm nut paste or the banga. Here we do not have the original banga, so I'm using the canned banga, and then I'm going to be adding in a bit of palm oil, right? So I'll just add a bit of palm oil to my banga and then allow it to boil. Back home, you can go ahead, you can go to the farm or the market and grab your palm nuts and produce your banga by yourself. All right, so I've added my palm oil in my banga in the stock, so we're just gonna let it boil for a while. Once it boils nicely and you have this beautiful looking yellowish color, we're gonna go ahead and add our cocoyam paste. Remember, we had to grind our cocoyam, so I'm just adding, scooping and adding it in the pot. All right, the size doesn't really matter because it's still gonna boil and melt in the pot. Yeah, it serves as a thickener. Yeah, it serves as a thickener. So yeah, okay. So while that is boiling, we're going to quickly blend some crayfish, locust beans, and some pepper to add into our soup. Right. So we're just going to give it a quick blend, and this is what we have. This is our mix. We're just adding part of it in our soup. We're skipping some for the other soup. Remember, we are cooking two soups today. So I just added part of it into the soup here, and we're gonna allow it to boil, just taste and then adjust your seasoning. And now it's time to add in our orishirishi, add in all the obstacles. Remember, do not serve a Nigerian without obstacles, man. I don't think we have a vegetarian in Nigeria, do we? All right, I stand to be corrected. I'm just kidding, anyways. Now, once everything boils nicely, you then go ahead and add in your oha leaves. You can notice that our soup looks already a little bit thick because the cocoyam has melted and thickened the soup. Right, so just quickly add your oha leaves. Make sure everything is soaked in your liquid and then allow it to boil for a few minutes. Right, just allow it to boil a little bit and then we're going to continue with our cooking. So you can see our soup is boiling nicely. By the way, I did wash my oha leaves off camera. I forgot to record that. So yeah, I washed it off camera. Now you can see that our soup is boiling beautifully. Just taste and adjust your seasoning. For those who are using seasoning cubes, do not hesitate to add your seasoning cubes. All right, so just let it boil for a while and then it's time to add in your uziza leaves. Now, once you add your uziza leaves, that means your soup is almost ready. Just add your uziza leaves, give it a good stir, a beautiful stir. You must always add love to your cooking and allow it to cook for a little bit. And then our soup is ready. Grab your fufu, grab your gari, grab your semo, grab whatever and enjoy your soup. All right. On to the next page, we are going to be cooking our bitter leaf soup. So in my remaining stock, I'm just adding in some palm oil and I'll allow it to boil. Here, I did not use the banga or the palm nut paste, but it's optional. It was just a personal choice. You can use your banga to cook your bitter leaf soup. Right, so I just added my palm oil and allowed it to boil until getting this beautiful looking color. Then I went ahead to add in my obstacles. Now I didn't add all, I added part of the obstacles and I went in with my blended mix. Remember, we had a mix of crayfish, locust beans, and pepper. So I added that to my pot and I went ahead to add my blended cocoyams. Now you will notice that I added my blended mix before the cocoyams, but it really doesn't matter. You can as well use the first method I used in cooking the oha soup, all right? So just allow it to boil nicely until it thickens and then you go on with your obstacles. All right. So now we are adding in all our orishirishi, some boiled beef, boiled goat meat, boiled shaki, boiled pomo, and we ended up adding in some fish as well. So just mix everything and allow it to boil for a while. So our base is ready, it's thick enough. It's time to add in our bitter leaf. So I washed my bitter leaf off camera. I just used some salt and hot water to rinse the bitter leaf just in case you had one or two unwanted dirt in your bitter leaf. So add your bitter leaf, mix everything, taste and adjust your seasoning, allow it to boil for a few minutes, and voila, your bitter leaf soup is ready. And it's time to grab your swallow, to grab your eba, to grab your fufu, your poundo, and then do justice to one of the soups. All right. So yes, you can see our bitter leaf is perfectly made. Am I not a Nigerian? Am I not a Nigerian? Yeah, so our soup is nicely made and it's time to serve. So today I'm not cooking any compliment. You guys go to the kitchen, grab your gari, make your eba for yourselves, or you can make some poundo, some pounded yam, and then join me on the table. Let's do this together. Let's enjoy these soups together. They are so delicious. They smelled amazing. I mean, the aroma, the flavor was everywhere in the vicinity, not just my home, but everywhere. So I also invited my friend, my teacher, to come around so we could give a try and let her give me my marks and tell me if I am fit to be called a Nigerian or not. And yes, of course, she gave me a good grade, right? I think she gave me an A. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for your love and support. Please do not hesitate to give me your opinions in the comment section. I'm open to learn. I'm open. I'm open. I'm open. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I appreciate your love and support. Here we were actually trying the two soups. We were trying the bitter leaf soup and the Oha soup. They were all in the same plate, but you could see they were, but we ended up mixing the whole thing and still it was so delicious and lovely. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. But in the meantime, do not forget to put a smile on somebody's face. You might not know what people are going through, but your smile will be a very big positive factor in their lives. Thank you, and I'll see you around. See us fighting on food. It was so delicious. It was so yummy. Bye for now. I love you all.